Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. President Abdel al-Sisi, Mr. Secretary General, President Mahmoud Abbas, Your Royal Highnesses and Excellencies, my friends, let me start by thanking Their Excellencies, President Abdel al-Sisi and Secretary General Guterres for co-hosting this vital conference with Jordan. We stand today at a critical juncture in human history. Our collective consciousness is being tested by the unfolding catastrophe in Gaza. Our very humanity is on the line. For 8 relentless months, the people of Gaza have been suffering from death and devastation that have far surpassed any conflict in over 20 years. The specter of famine looms large. Trauma is ever present, the effects of which will remain for generations. And every corner of Gaza is marred by ruin. The onset of the Rafah military operation has already worsened an already dire situation. Nearly 1 million Gazans have been again forcibly displaced and deprived of access to food, water, shelter, and medicine. Even those displaced time and again, seeking safety, are targeted. No place is safe. My friends, the international humanitarian response in Gaza has been severely lacking, with the delivery of aid facing obstacles at every level. Humanitarian access cannot wait for a ceasefire and cannot be subject to the political agendas of any party. The people of Gaza are not looking to us for platitudes and speeches. They want action, and they need that now. As we gather here today with so much at stake, our immediate focus must go to 4 paramount issues. First, there is a need for a robust mechanism for coordination that engages all parties on the ground. Effective and comprehensive deconfliction between the actors on the ground is key to ensure aid agencies can act, organize, and perform their duties safely, sufficiently, and sustainably. Second, the land corridor is the most effective method for aid to flow into Gaza. International resources are critically needed to undertake this urgent endeavor. We must be ready now to deploy a sufficient number of trucks to deliver aid on a daily basis. Hundreds of trucks are needed within Gaza, and many, many more are needed to effectively operate a sustained flow of assistance through the land routes to Gaza. We cannot wait months to mobilize these resources for action. What we have today is simply far from what we need. Nevertheless, Jordan will continue sending assistance along with international organizations and donors by land despite the impediments. It will also continue its airdrop operations and will consider opportunities to use heavy-lift helicopters to deliver aid for the short term and once there is a ceasefire. Third, the quality and quantity of aid to Gaza is key and is equally important. Medicine, water, and shelter material should be delivered sufficiently and freely. We must ensure there are adequate stockpiles to deploy aid without delay as soon as we can ramp up the relief operations. Finally, and this is very important, I want to draw everyone's attention to the dire economic, political, and security situation in the West Bank, where hundreds of children have been killed and injured, while settler attacks, settlement expansion, economic sanctions, restrictions to movement of people, and violations of Muslim and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem are at their worst. Jordan has already started sending assistance to the West Bank months ago to support the Palestinian population in these dire conditions. We have provided over $25 million of food and medical aid since October 7th to the West Bank. And a Jordanian Army field hospital is operating in Nablus. This is in addition to almost $75 million direct Jordanian assistance to Gaza since the war began, where we also operate 2 medical field hospitals in the north and the south. And here again, we must warn that without the action of everyone present today, West Bank tensions could escalate into a larger conflict that will leave a far more devastating impact on the region. My friends, we cannot abandon Gaza. It should be everyone's priority, because history will judge us by our actions. It is a test of our humanity and sincerity. Thank you very much.